Welcome back to Andrea Fontana Beauty. We're back at the cozy spot in my studio, and today we are talking about my current skincare routines. So we're going to focus on morning and evening because they are different. I haven't talked about skincare a ton recently, and I thought this might be useful because my current skincare routine changes all the time. I have some products that are like tried and true, as you'll see, I'll mention those, but I'm often trying new things out. I go more so for specific ingredients, and yeah, I'm really excited to share it with you. The one thing that I want to start with is letting you know what my skin is like so that you know whether or not you think these products could also work for you. So typically my skin is oily in the summer, or normal to oily in the summertime, and normal to slightly dry in the winter. It's not crazy dry, but I just like feeling super moisturized. So I tend to just be a little bit drier in the winter. Right now it's fall, it's November 2nd, so we're transitioning here in Michigan. Some days it's warm, but it's starting to definitely feel cooler. So you'll see I have a few different options, a few different things that I do, but that's typically skin type. That's what I'm going for. The other thing that I focus on, the two things that my two problem areas, I guess if we want to call it that, is acne. I have acne prone skin. For the past couple of months though, it's been pretty good. I've been really diligent about it, and I'll actually let you know there's a product in here that I think is really helping me keep my skin clear. If I'm currently have a breakout or I'm currently, feeling congested, then obviously my skincare routine will reflect that. But right now I'm kind of in a state of not feeling super congested or anything, and it's usually that is the case when it comes to the fall. The other thing that I'm usually trying to fight is hyperpigmentation. So if you have a lot of melanin in your skin, or if you tan easily, you tend to get post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So whenever I break out, don't have to pick it, don't have to touch it. Sometimes I just look at it and it scars. So I'm usually working on trying to even out my skin tone, or, reduce some of the sun damage that I have from my childhood. It really does stick with you. So I'm usually using some sort of vitamin C product, as you'll see, and that will help me even out my skin tone and protect it. So yeah, we'll kind of go through. Let's start with the morning. I did just share this on my Instagram a couple days ago because I can share links now, which is super exciting. Just so that you know, in case you are new here, most of the time the links that I share are affiliate links, but that does not affect the price for you. It's the same price as if you were to go and find it yourself on the internet. The only difference being that if you use my affiliate links, I make a small commission. So I really appreciate it if you choose to do that. If it makes you uncomfortable, totally get it, and you're welcome to find them in another way. I'm gonna start with my morning routine. My morning routines are always simple. They're usually 3 to 4 products, very quick, because sometimes I'm also applying makeup and I want to make sure that I'm not spending too much time. So I keep things really super easy in the morning. Your morning, you want to remember, I like to call it more of your defense state. If we want to compare like in a sports game, your morning is defense and your nighttime is offense. So when I say defense, I mean things that are going to protect and block things from penetrating the skin and damaging the skin. So your SPFs, your antioxidants, things that will protect you from pollution, environmental damage, the sun, those sorts of things. So to start, I have really been loving, I know it looks like I haven't used that much, and this is just the little guy, but I'm obsessed with this and I will definitely be purchasing the full size. You to the People sent this to me. This is the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser, and I am loving it. It smells really good, really fresh, really clean, and it does a really good job of just gently cleaning my skin. It never leaves me feeling too stripped of any oils. I like that all the vitamins are in there because those are antioxidants, which are good to protect, like I mentioned. And yeah, I really love it. Second step, I Don't always use a toner, but I kind of use this because it feels like a toner to me. It's the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Oil Infused Serum, a balance of hydration and nourishment. So it's really light. It is an oil and a serum in one, and you kind of shake it up and then put a little bit out. It is a really expensive product. I think it's like in the 50s, but I have been using this for so long. This was also sent to me and I absolutely adore it. And it is definitely something that I would spend the money on to purchase again because it lasts a long time. You don't need a lot, but I love it because it's really light, goes really well under my makeup, and it does give me good hydration for throughout the day. My third step every morning is my Well Out of Skin Food. This is the original ultra rich cream, so the original formula. I have a one on backup already waiting because this guy's almost gone. I always will put this on if I'm going to be applying makeup because I just love how it pairs under makeup and how it plumps up my skin, makes it feel super moisturized, and it preps the skin for everyday makeup like nobody's business. So I absolutely adore this one. The one thing that I didn't mention, because I think I just ran out and so it's in my empties and I need to get a new one, but I usually, before I do this, I do my Rosehip oil. It's a dry oil, really great for oily skin. I've been using the one from The Ordinary, but I'll also get like an organic one at my local Whole Foods or something. And I love rosehip oil. It's different than rose. It's a different part of the plant, and I'm obsessed with it. It's loaded with vitamin C, antioxidant, which will help protect your skin throughout the day, vitamin E, which is super nourishing, and it doesn't leave me feeling too greasy, which I really love. Sometimes, like in the summer, I can get away with just using that as a moisturizer, but I like to apply this also when I start getting more dry. So that is my morning routine. Afterwards, I will always put an SPF on, but it kind of depends on what I'm doing. So if I am, again, I don't have my SPF right here because it's in my everyday makeup. If I'm wearing makeup, I will usually go in with a really light one. Right now I'm using one from Algenist, and then I also have one from First Aid Beauty that I like. I'll of course link things down below. I'm not sure if they make both of those anymore. I want to say they both got discontinued, which is kind of annoying, and they're just ones that I'm trying to use up, honestly. So I will use those if I'm going to be putting makeup on. If I'm not going to be putting makeup on though, or if I want to use my SPF as instead of foundation, I will use my Amavara Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. It's an SPF 50, I want to say. Yes, it's zinc oxide, and it's the perfect amount of coverage for an everyday makeup, and I'll just go with some concealer over it and do my regular makeup routine. I'll link the video below where I show how I do a full face routine with that SPF, but that's the one that I typically use when I'm either not wearing makeup or I don't want to use foundation. So that's more so my day-to-day one. But that is my morning routine. So 4 to 5 steps depending on what is coming after and what is happening that day. Now let's talk about nighttime. I have 2 options for this. If I'm wearing makeup that day, I always do a double cleanse. So I remove my makeup before I wash my face. It's very, very, very important for you to remove your makeup before you wash your face, okay? If you don't, you will just be breaking down your makeup, pushing it around your skin, and your skin will not actually get clean, which is the whole point of a cleanser. So I like to go in with either a cleansing oil or a cleansing balm. These are the 2 that I happen to be using right now. I love this one. It's an olive oil based one, and I love the smell of it. I love the texture of it. I prefer an oil or a balm that starts oily, and then when you add water, it kind of turns milky and emulsifies everything really well. So you put these on dry skin. They work the same way. Dry skin, gently work it into all of the makeup on your face, and then I get it just a little bit wet, and that's when it turns milky and emulsifies things and breaks it down, and then I rinse it all off, and then I wash my face. So this is the Dhc Deep Cleansing Oil. This is just a sample size that I got because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, and I personally love testing out new cleansing oils and cleansing balms. It's like something that I don't know, I really enjoy. So yeah, I like this guy. I like the little pump. He's perfect for travel. I purchased that one not knowing that Youth to the People was also going to send me this Super Berry Dream Cleansing Balm. So you can see this guy is a solid balm in there. It says that it has maquis and prickly pear hyaluronic acid flash melting formula. I'm not a fan of the smell of this one. It just kind of, I can't figure out what it smells like. But their stuff, I mean, I don't really care because there's usually, that means there's no fragrance in it. It just smells natural, like what's in it. So I don't really care. But I love this one and I know it's going to last for such a long time. Thank you, Youth to the People, for sending me some of the things that you're seeing here. But I'm testing this out right now. The only negative I have to say about it is the smell, but it's not like it smells really bad or anything. It's just like not my favorite smell. So yeah, I'm liking that. Now, when it comes to washing the face, again, this kind of depends on where I am. I like to take my showers at night. So if I'm in the shower, then I'm using the Somerville Detox Daily Cleanser. Personally, I will never repurchase this. Not because I don't like the cleanser. The cleanser is like, meh. I don't personally think it's worth the money. It doesn't really do much for me. I mean, I use it when I wear makeup and I'm in the shower because honestly, I'm just trying to get my money's worth because I paid for it. So it's like good enough for me to get by. It's not like so bad where like I will give it to somebody else to use because I don't want to use it, but I will never spend the money. It was expensive and I don't think it's worth the money. But the other thing I hate is the packaging because you twist it and then there's like a little opening and you squeeze it, but this always gets dirty and gunked up and I don't like that because that's where the product comes out and I feel like I'm just like pushing the product that I want to use into the bacteria of what's already been exposed. Does that make sense? Don't love it. Sorry, it's totally dripping because I pulled it out of my shower. But don't recommend this. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth the money. So it's not that I don't like it, it's that I don't think it's worth the money. If I'm not in the shower, then I'm using the same Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People. Again, thank you for sending this along. I love it. Next is toning. Toning, right now I'm using another Youth to the People product because this one they sent to me and I'm obsessed with it. This is the Mandelic Acid Superfood Unity Exfoliant, 3% AHA, 2% BHA, 1% PHA Gentle Solution. I freaking love this guy. So Mandelic Acid, it comes from almonds and it's an antibacterial, antifungal, which is really good for acne prevention. So I love that by putting this on, it's keeping my skin clean and helping to prevent acne, which is really important. But it's also an exfoliant, which is really great too, because as you know, I like an exfoliating toner every day. I like a gentle, subtle, everyday exfoliation, always chemical. And this one is doing just that for me. Again, I like the smell of it. It's fresh and here, let me smell it. Yeah, it's fresh and herbally. Smells like a spa. Love it. And I would definitely repurchase this guy. So after I cleanse and tone is when I go into, this is truly, I think, the reason why my skin has been doing so well for the last couple of months. This is the Ordinary's Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%. High strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. Niacinamide, I've been using this religiously for 2 years. It's one of those things that like, I didn't realize how much it was doing for my skin until I stopped using it, until I run out and I'm like, oh, I got other stuff on hand. I don't necessarily need to go shopping and, you know, repurchase the same product. But this is something, every once in a while, there's something that when it runs out and I stop using it, I'm like, ugh, well, why doesn't my skin look the same? Something's off. And it's every time it happens with this guy, I notice and I'm like, I need to get my niacinamide back. So this is a 10%. It's niacinamide is a B vitamin and it really helps at strengthening the acid barrier of your skin and balancing things out, which again, super helpful when you're trying to prevent acne. It also has the zinc, which is nice because I still do apply it when I'm breaking out a little bit, but I will warn you, you can't just like slather this on your whole face if you've never used it before. You definitely wanna, when I'm recommending it to clients, I always tell them to start with just in the areas where you're prone to acne. So for me, that's my chin and sometimes around my nose, but usually it's like my chin and jawline area. So I will apply just like 2 or 3 drops. It's a really watery, thin formula. I'll apply that, press that into the skin. And then the more that you use it, you can start expanding and kind of going all over the face so that you're getting the benefits everywhere. But if you have any open blemishes, I will say it will sting. So be very careful with that. So maybe not, and if it's super, super fresh, but I do like that the zinc is in there because zinc is calming. So it's great for inflammation when you have a blemish. So I love this guy and I will always purchase a backup before I run out from now on because I notice a difference when I stop using it. What else is in here that I don't? Okay, so sometimes I have some stuff in here that, again, I used up, so I don't currently have it and I need to buy more, but I'm kind of like doing a little research. So sometimes I will use a face oil with either like a retinoic acid or a retinol or a retinoid in it so that it's super gentle. It's a small percentage and it has like a carrier oil with it, so it's not like full 100% retinoid. So the one that I currently was using, I ran out of. That was from Pixie, and I really did like that one, but I just want to try some other ones. So I currently don't have that in my routine, but that's definitely something. I usually go into more of the retinoids in the winter because I'm not in the sun ever, and I have a wedding coming up, so I will probably be going back into that to get my skin all prepped and ready. Other than that, my moisturizer is usually at night. My Well Out of Skin Food again. The original formula. I love this one at night. I love how moisturized I feel when I go to bed. I want to feel as moisturized as possible. I joke that I want to feel like a stick of butter, nice and greased, when I go to bed. I never wake up feeling greasy. My skin absorbs it and it's happy, and I wake up feeling plump and nourished. So I really love this for myself. So I use it, like I truly do use it as much as, I know I mention it when I do makeup tutorials, like, oh, I'm gonna put on my Well Out of Skin Food, you know, but I really do use it as much as I say that I do. The other one that I actually have in my bathroom right now is the light formula, which I was using all summer. I prefer that one when I'm a little less dry and more normal to oily, but it's fall/winter, so we're back with this one, and that's why I didn't bring him in here. That's it. Sometimes I add in some rosehip oil, again, at night if I want a little extra. I often, with my moisturizer, will like cocktail it. So I'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of an oil, and kind of see how I feel. But that is my skincare routine. That's currently what I'm using. Again, this changes often. I don't do the same thing every single day. I might for like a week or a month or 2 months, but I pretty much switch things up. And like, I mean, as you'll see, I'll have 2 cleansers going at the same time, or 2 cleansing balms, or, you know, sometimes instead of using a Mandelic acid exfoliating toner, I'll use my Pixie Glow toner, or Glow Tonic, is that what it's called? Yeah, so sometimes I have a big one of that in the bathroom, but I haven't been using it because I'm really trying to test this out. So, but once in a while I'll use that guy. So like I said, I go more based on ingredients than necessarily sticking with the same product, because I'm an ingredient nerd and I like to make sure that I'm getting things like glycolic acid or some type of gentle exfoliant, some sort of AHA. I like to make sure that I'm using oils and lots of vitamin C. That's what I do day to day. That's how I get my skin looking its best. I have been on quite the skincare journey. I used to have terrible cystic acne when I was in my low to mid 20s. But thankfully that's been gone for, well, about 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So thankfully I just deal with the occasional blemish now, but I'm really happy with these products. Of course, everything will be linked down below. If you have questions about anything, please feel free always to message me or comment or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm happy to answer questions there. I hope you choose to invest in your skin because it's the only face you're gonna get, and it's important. It's important to protect. SPF, #1, most important thing. But after that, I want to make sure that you're taking good care of your skin. So always reach out with questions, and don't forget to subscribe. If you like this and you want me to keep up with sharing what my current skincare routine is every couple of months, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.